Exciting news, Fever fans. We are coming to Iowa City. We are thrilled to announce that the Indiana Fever will face off against the Brazilian national team in a preseason exhibition at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Caitlin Clark makes her return home to the University of Iowa on May 4th.
The WNBA preseason didn't just start, it made a huge impact, delivering one of the most powerful wake-up calls the league has ever experienced.
Being reviewed for possible upgrade to a play.
It was a weekend that should have been all about celebrating the return of two of women's basketball's brightest young stars to where it all began.
It's an big-time doubleheader. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, they meet in the season opener. And then you have ring night for Brianna Stewart and the Liberty, seeing them host the three-time MVP Asia Wilson and the new-look Aces. But with such star power on those teams, it's really no surprise they're atop the list for the most games available for you to check out on a national scale. The Fever, they lead the league with 41 games here, followed by the Aces 33, the champion Liberty at 32.
What should have been a weekend celebrating two of women's basketball's brightest young stars turned into a brutal wake-up call about star power, marketability, and who's truly drawing attention and money in today's game. On one side, Caitlin Clark made her return to Iowa with the Indiana Fever, and what followed was nothing short of a frenzy. Over 14,000 tickets were snapped up in just 36 minutes, with resale prices hitting a staggering $45,000 for courtside seats. Websites couldn't handle the traffic as fans scrambled to get tickets. And remember, this wasn't even a regular season game, it was a preseason exhibition against Brazil. Meanwhile, down in Louisiana, Angel Reese returned home to LSU, playing for the Chicago Sky against that same Brazilian team. But the situation couldn't have been more different. Tickets were going for as low as $29, and even at those prices, they weren't selling. Entire sections of the arena were left empty.
One of the most anticipated in history of women's college basketball in Iowa, going up against the South Carolina machine. Sonano and Saxton to jump it.
While Clark's game was making headlines across the country, Reese's game barely got any attention. It wasn't just a contrast, it was a clash, and social media didn't hold back.
Being reviewed for possible upgrade to a play.
For inside, I think we were playing really hard. I think we went up really strong a lot of times and we didn't get a lot of calls. And going back and looking at the film, I've seen a lot of calls that weren't made. I guess some people got a special whistle, but just being able to...
Side-by-side images of packed stands in Iowa and empty seats at LSU went viral. Memes spread like wildfire, and Reese's bold statement, "People watch women's basketball for me too," was quickly thrown back at her with sharp precision. This wasn't just about two players or two games, it was a game-changing moment for the WNBA's marketing strategy. A wake-up call. Caitlin Clark didn't just play a game, she dominated the weekend, reshaping the economic future of the league. Angel Reese, on the other hand, walked right into a storm of criticism and a tough reality check about marketability. So, we have to ask.
Here's Clark. She fires and got it!
What makes someone a true draw? What does it really take to fill arenas, sell merchandise, and grab headlines? The WNBA is facing a cultural reckoning, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Get ready, because we're diving headfirst into this firestorm. Drop a like if you're Team Clark, hit share if you're with Reese, and subscribe for the unfiltered sports takes no one else dares to say.
Really taken upon her shoulders to be forthright. She has stepped up her opportunity. Caitlin Clark for three, rattles it around. Shot.
Well, it's this
efficient ball.
Michaela did a great job.
The moment ticket sales for Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever preseason debut in Iowa opened, chaos broke out. In just 36 minutes, all 14,000 seats at Carver Hawkeye Arena were sold out, leaving longtime season ticket holders and donors shut out of the frenzy.
Yeah, obviously got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me. Honestly, I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down. And obviously a tough time for that to happen. I got some really good looks. I felt I had pretty wide open threes in the first half that like you usually make. So, that's tough, but I felt like I battled and tried my best, took care of the ball.
Websites couldn't handle the surge, with users reporting frozen screens, malfunctioning payment systems, and by now, buttons that led to nothing but frustration. Social media exploded with frantic posts, screenshots, and memes as fans realized they were witnessing a ticket frenzy like never before.
An all-time high for the females.
90 seconds for Reese. Bentley tips it away and off and running. Caitlin Clark wins. Goodness, what a play. And one chance for Temi and the Fever. Working it around here for the Fever. Good ball movement on this possession. Logo shot. Logo.
The Indiana Fever. They make sure.
Then came the aftershock. The resale market went wild, with even the worst seats in the house being flipped for $500. Prices for lower bowl tickets shot up into the four-figure range.
Thinking about it, lets it fly.
But nothing screamed Clark Mania louder than this. Some courtside seats were listed for $45,000. That's the kind of price usually seen for championship games or front row spots at a Beyoncé concert. One analyst tweeted, "This isn't LeBron-level demand, this is Taylor Swift level."
Close to their date, as Lainey Hamilton has been to Caitlin Clark.
About my high school experience. Clark!
And they weren't wrong. Clark has gone beyond sports and entered a rarefied level of cultural obsession. Behind closed doors, Indiana Fever executives must have been celebrating. Their number one draft pick wasn't just delivering on the court, she was reshaping the economics of women's basketball in real time.
They are deserved, but Maisha Hines-Alley, what she's supposed to do.
A tough slicing through the defense.
But here's the wildest part, it wasn't even a regular season game. No playoff stakes, no standings on the line, not even a real rivalry. Just a preseason exhibition against Brazil. And yet, it was the hottest ticket in American sports that week. Sponsors took notice right away, and WNBA executives saw something they'd never seen before, a rookie pulling in this level of financial power. Caitlin Clark didn't just sell out an arena, she shook the very foundation of the league. On the flip side, Angel Reese was facing a harsh reality check in Baton Rouge. While Iowa was buzzing with Clark Mania, Baton Rouge was eerily quiet. Reese's highly anticipated homecoming with the Chicago Sky against Brazil didn't just fail to sell out, it flopped. Tickets, priced as low as $29, sat unsold days after going live.
And Reese, okay, she didn't tell me that, so I could go up there and score 32. So, Enrique, she's cold. I mean, I'm so glad to be able to play with her. Kelsey Mitchell, Angel Gray, you all did such a great job tonight. What does each of this league look like? I'm so excited for this league. I mean, super competitive. Being able to be a rookie out here, I hope many more times I'm out here. And this crowd came out there to work for me different people.
Entire sections of the arena remained empty. It wasn't just disappointing, it was uncomfortable. This was meant to be a triumphant return for a player who once said, "People watch women's basketball for me too." But when the lights came on, the crowd simply wasn't there.
Angel, you were in foul trouble to start this game. How did this group come together in the locker room at halftime and really come together in the biggest moment to win this national championship?
It's no one-man show around here. When I go down, the next man is up every single time. Every time I go out or Alexis goes out, everybody always comes and steps up. Samaya came in as a freshman. Everybody from the big Jasmine Carson. Are you telling me 21 points?
The internet wasted no time jumping in. Viral tweets mocked the turnout, asking, "Where are the fans now?" alongside brutal side-by-side images of Iowa's packed arena and LSU's empty stands. Even Reese's most loyal supporters were quiet. After all, it's tough to argue with rows of empty blue seats.
Does it feel like most of quote-unquote mistakes you guys made are fixable? Like, it just feels like you guys are confident
for sure.
If that style of play, you can still get it done.
Yeah, for sure. And we know we're capable of beating this team because we have done it. Obviously they're really, really good, and we know it'll be a challenge, but I don't think it's anything, we're shying away from. I think you just embrace the challenge. We know we didn't give our best, and maybe the final score really seemed...
The resale market was a dead zone, except for one ridiculous listing where someone tried to flip seats for $888,000, clearly a joke. Most tickets were priced well below $100, with little movement. In an era where perception is everything, Angel Reese suddenly found herself on the wrong side of the spotlight. And make no mistake, this wasn't just a bad look, it was a turning point. The WNBA isn't just grading on potential anymore. It's focusing on who delivers, who fills seats, and who creates moments. Right now, Reese is learning the hard way that social media fame and nil deals don't always translate into actual demand at the arena. If this trend continues, Reese won't just be trailing behind Caitlin Clark, she risks being left out of the conversation entirely. For someone with so much hype, it's time for a major recalibration.
You deal with a lot of craziness during your 4 years at UConn with Stewie and everyone else. Can you even compare to what it's been like this year with the Caitlin effect?
No, I can honestly say it's something that I've never experienced ever. The support and love there is in every single arena we go to. I think we played out and it's sell out every single game. And you just look up and you see the 22s everywhere. It's been such a cool thing to see and be a part of, to be part of this growth in women's basketball, but just, it is a phenomenon.
Let's take the emotion out of it and focus on the numbers. Caitlin Clark's Fever preseason game sold out 40 times faster than Angel Reese's Sky matchup. Google searches for Indiana Fever tickets surged by an incredible 1,200%, while Reese's homecoming barely made a dent.
Yeah, it's certainly been a special year, and to be honest, like, after last year, I was kind of like, well, how do we top doing what we did last year? And somehow, some way, every single person in our locker room believed, and to be honest, this year was probably more special than last year. The teams we had to go through to get to this point, we won the Big Ten tournament. We lost 2 players that were 3-year starters for our program, and to be back in this position and come out here and battle, I mean, South Carolina is just so good.
In jersey sales, Clark dominated once again, outselling Reese by a staggering 5-1 during pre-sales. That's not just fandom, that's a full-blown economic event. Across the WNBA, executives, marketers, and broadcasters are paying close attention. The ripple effect is already reshaping the business. Clark has become the face of major sponsorships, landing deals with Nike, Gatorade, and State Farm, brands that only roll out the red carpet for generational talent. Meanwhile, Reese's partnerships are mostly lifestyle-focused, including fashion collaborations, beauty brands, and influencer-driven campaigns.
What's a Cheryl Miller practice like?
Gosh, I love Cheryl. I love her brother too. He's awesome. Obviously a Pacer too. We were in a little commercial together, so I love their family. They're just awesome people. And one of the best that's ever played the game. So, I've known Cheryl for a little while now. I think her energy, that's what I love about her. Like, it's just contagious, and, it's fun. Like, I called her coach and she was like,